right.
Hello, I'm Timm McCoy, WCTV Sci-Fi Network, and today we're talking to Robert O'Reilly, who played Galron in Star Trek The Next Generation and a few episodes of Star Trek The Next Generation. Hello, Robert. How are you?
Kapla.
Kapla. Gotta say it with conviction.
That's right, yes. That means success in Klingon. So.
Okay. So did you just come in today, or were you here yesterday?
I actually got in the day before yesterday, so I've been doing the convention today and yesterday.
Have you had a chance to see Cleveland at all?
Not really. I sort of flew in, and I've been in the hotel and haven't gotten outside at all, really, except for once when I went out to have dinner.
Well, do you think, do you have problems with people like recognizing you because of the eyes?
Well, actually, I'm sort of lucky that way because it takes 3 hours to put the makeup on for Gowron, and I think once I'm here for maybe a day, people recognize me. But when I first arrived, not too many people do. Although their eyes, I guess, are recognizable, but a lot of people don't.
Okay. So how long have you been working in show business?
About 17 years. I've been doing stage, acting, directing, and television and films.
Yeah, do you remember your first job? First well-paying job?
Oh, well, my first well-paying job. Well, I'll tell you my first job.
Okay.
That was Good Man, Charlie Brown. I played Snoopy. And I've been playing bad guys ever since, and I enjoy that. I think my first really good paying job was probably something called Adams Chronicles. That was WNET. I got a pretty good job on that. That was many years ago, 77, 76.
So how did you get involved with The Next Generation? Just a casting call and you lucked out, you got it? Or?
Well, it was sort of strange. I had auditioned a few times for them, and I finally got got the job of a gangster on the holodeck. When they used to go back to like the 30s genre.
Right.
And by the time we got into filming, they had cut the role down to very, very few lines. So the next season, they brought me back on auditions, and my agent said, a Klingon, and I went crazy because I was an old Star Trek fan, and I think I always wanted to play a Klingon. I mean, and now to be the Emperor is like, it's great.
So you did do other episodes other than Redemption?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, Redemption was a two-parter. And
right.
Name the other episodes that you were in.
I think it was Reunion and Redemption 2. Okay. And then the first one I did was Manhunt, so I've actually done 4 of them.
Okay, do you plan on doing any more?
I plan on it, but it all depends on whether they call me back. And I hope, being the Klingon Emperor, they have to call me back.
Well, they would at a point, yeah. Do you have? Has anyone mentioned anything to you about like taking your character after The Next Generation? I know like there's another season to go or something like that, and contract negotiations and things. But Deep Space Nine starts in January. Has anyone ever approached you about continuing your character on in the Deep Space Nine?
I would think so. You know, it's a natural. The two shows happen at the same period of time, and I think they will be bringing Klingons into deep space.
Oh, they should be. They're gonna have Ferengis there. They better have Klingons there. That's all I have to say. Well, you're gonna have to. I'm gonna have to ask this because you know, even the gentleman from 43 said go ahead and try it, but you're gonna have to give us the eyes. You're gonna have to show the people the eyes.
All right.
So you know, just.
I'll look into the camera and perhaps, but not today.
Yes. Emmy Award-winning performance, ladies. So is this your first convention, or have you done this before here?
No, I've never in Cleveland, but I have done Albany. I was in Albany, New York, a couple of weeks ago. I did a convention there, and I just stopped in to the convention in Atlanta as a sort of like a surprise, and met a whole bunch of people and had a lot of fun there. I was filming in the heat of the night in Covington, which is outside of Atlanta, and I just sort of drove in on my Sunday off and got to see Leonard Nimoy, and that was great, you know. And
yeah, that would make my year right
well,
there.
yeah, I'm a Trek fan too, so I was like, you know, wow.
So, let's see. Considering this is, you know, like the beginning of the convention, you're going to do any more conventions after this, or?
Yeah, I hope to. I really enjoy them. It's a lot of fun for actors to do this. It's we get to go to different areas of the countries. I mean, I haven't been back to Ohio in 20 years. It's sort of a I seriously thought of living here, and I loved Ohio. So.
But you did go to school here, though.
Yeah, I went to OU. I was here for 4 years, and I actually did have a job for a while after it, for about a year, and then I decided, well, eventually I decided to become an actor, and you either have to live in New York or L.A. I mean, if you want.
Now, you
to be
made
an
that
actor.
decision while you were in college, or you had?
No, I was sort
just because of early training, or, you know?
Well, I always figured it was so hard I always had natural talents there. I was like in high school and grammar school, I was always acting, but in college I felt that you couldn't make a living out of it. So I was trying to be practical and going to college and getting a degree, but after it I just went, you know, well, I'm not enjoying anything else. Let me enjoy, you know, do what I enjoy the most, and started doing that. And
So you're going to be out and about here around in Cleveland after you're finished here today, or are you just going to jump on the plane and just head right back?
Well, I think Monday I've got to hop on a plane. My agents are screaming.
So what's your plans for the future? What's going to be the next thing that we'll be able to see you in?
Well, hopefully Star Trek. I mean, that's the thing I want to do the most. So.
Okay, but you have done other television shows.
Yeah, I will be this fall. You'll be able to see me in The Heat of the Night and Dark Justice, which is a late night. It's 11:30 at night, and that was fun. In The Heat of the Night, I get to work with Carol O'Connor and Burgess Meredith, and like
The Penguin, the original Penguin.
Absolutely, yeah, and one of the greatest actors that has ever lived. Carol is too, of course.
Do you have? This is just a shot in the dark, but do you have any information on Star Trek 7 at all? Just by hanging around Nimoy. And
no, you know, I listened to his talk the other week down in Atlanta, and there's rumors, but they're just rumors, you know, and he's probably knows more than I do, but I just know what the rumors are, and everybody thinks that there will be another one, and it'll happen. You know?
Summer of '94 is what I hear.
But the producers are, you know, tell us last. The actors are always the last ones to know on any of these things. So.
Yeah, me and you both have spent time in L.A. on that set.
That's right. I hear you did. You played a Borg on it.
Planet Hell, Stage 16.
How'd you like the makeup?
Extensive.
Yeah.
I mean, even with all the foam rubber on your face from the Borg stuff, and it gets really hot. But I mean, my goodness gracious, with the long hair and the turtle shell thing and all that, that has to be like tremendously hot underneath those lights.
Yeah, it's actually fairly comfortable in a way because I have done other sort of like monsters and things and it takes 3 hours to get into it, so you're there on the set at 4 a.m. You know, trying to sleep in a makeup chair, and it's the costume is it's a good costume, but after about 8-10 hours it starts wearing on you, as any Klingon can tell you.
Why do you think they call them Klingons? It's a Klingon uniform. You sweat, you just cling in it, more or less. A couple more, well, just 2 more questions, and I'll get out of this one. Jonathan Frakes is a director. You worked in an episode as he directed.
Right.
Did you find because he had I know for a fact that he had very little direction abilities before he got into Star Trek, and he has directed like 3 or 4 episodes. And you working with other directors, was it easier to work with Jonathan or harder to work with Jonathan? Now, you could plead the fifth if you want.
No, I'll answer that one. See, my opinion always is that acting directors are always the best directors. It's my opinion, and because I do direct too, but I direct stage. I'm a little bit prejudiced on the subject, so, but Jonathan's a great director. I mean, he's fabulous to work with, and acting directors tend to be really watching the actor and working with the actor. Many times you get into a film or television show, and they're very technically oriented directors, and so they leave you alone, which is okay, you know, except for when you're very young. You know, that's tough, and so you have to learn by making mistakes. But working with Jonathan was a dream, and he's really, really a good director.
Well, thank you, Robert O'Reilly.
All righty.
Who plays Galron on Star Trek The Next Generation. Stay tuned. You'll see him in a lot more episodes, hopefully, and movies. That's what I'm banking on.
Me too.
So thanks, Robert, for being here today. And we go back into the studio. This is Timm McCoy for the Sci-Fi Channel. Have a good day.